So, hey, and it worked out, you know, for y'all hating in the comments, talking about why dudes want to hold them down so you can get married. That's why.
All right, he held me down in return.
Exactly. So, you know, it ain't about equal giving.
It's about equal sacrifice.
So, yeah, and y'all probably think, dang, bruh, they under a cult.
It's called groupthink.
Yeah. So that's what it was for me. And then from there, we just been grinding out together. I was down.
I've never heard that before. So thank you. It's nice to hear.
Yeah, I was down. You helped me. You was down. I helped you. And we still building. We still grinding. And, you know, only God knows what's next for us. But y'all stay tuned because we're going to bring y'all along for the journey. What's going on, y'all?
Hi.
Welcome back to another episode of The Marriage Conversation.
We didn't introduce ourselves last episode.
They know us by this time.
Oh.
If you don't, go back and check us out. So it's raining. If y'all can hear that in the background, you
Very
know,
soothing episode.
Right.
I hope.
It's a nice little episode for you. Little, what is it? AMSR?
ASMR. But this,
SMAR, whatever she said.
this would not be ASMR. You would actually need an external mic and be nice and close.
Yeah, okay.
Scratching it. I like it. It gives you tingles. Well, it gives me tingles. I like ASMR.
All right. Anywho, so
Back again.
yeah. So yeah, back with another episode. This one is going to be about something. I don't know that we shared it on here or not, but it's really gonna be like interview style. I just want to ask Nakia some questions.
This is all his idea. He told me about it and I was like, ooh, that's a good idea. So I really don't. Usually I have my phone, y'all, with the episodes and I have little notes in here, but
Yeah,
nothing.
but not tonight. Not tonight. So I was listening to another podcast, and I guess I'm just borrowing the idea.
Tell him who it was.
My man E.T.
Secret to Success.
Yeah, Secret to Success podcast. E.T. the hip hop preacher.
What up, what up?
Yeah, it's your boy. So yeah, but they were talking about marriages and how the male or the female may have to stick with their partner in a season that may not be like they up, you know, and I'm speaking in, I guess, you know, young folk term, but they're not successful yet, and they are willing to grind with that partner and help that person kind of pursue their vision. And they both, it's not like one person is doing better than the other, they both kind of like getting it out the mud, if you will. And so I just wanted to ask Nakia, you know, what was it about me? Because if y'all watch previous episodes, I told y'all that Nakia's always made more money than me. And it's not anything that I'm ashamed of, again, because I'm still trying to stay at home, you know? So yeah, I'm not ashamed of that. But currently, in our current state, I make more money than she does. But what was it about you, what was it about me that you was like, oh, you know what? Like, that's a good young man. I could see us building something together, even though when you met me, I think we've known each other a long time, but in adult life.
We met again.
Yeah, we met again. I was in school, and just because somebody in school, that don't mean that they're going to come out and make six figures. They're going to have, you know, the energy and the drive and the determination to get to the next level. None of that. Going to school is not an indicator that you're going to make it far in life by any stretch of the it don't guarantee nothing. So what was it about me that you was like, okay, yeah, I can see something here?
I mean, it's funny that you say school, but the fact that you were in grad school and you had a
You
plan.
gotta cry, it's okay.
Oh my gosh!
Eyes watering and stuff, it's alright.
Maybe my eyes were dry, just need to be moisturized.
Okay.
But the fact that you were in grad school, and at the time, I was still in undergrad because just the path that my life was taking. From high school to getting my bachelor's, it was 7 years. So that was like motivation for me. And I feel like just because of my previous relationship, I was the one that was like the better one, doing better, having goals and stuff for myself. And finally I had somebody to like look up to and to inspire me, because honestly I was so frustrated with my collegiate journey that after my bachelor's I was like, I'm not getting my master's, I'm done with school, I'm done, I ain't doing nothing else. And then I saw EJ, who was at A&T, and I started off at A&T and I wanted to graduate from there. So I was like, well, maybe I should go to grad school. So I just applied to A&T on a whim. Like, if it didn't happen, I wasn't tripping. I was just gonna stay in Virginia and figure out something from there. But I was like, EJ was my motivation, so I went ahead and applied. And, you know.
But we weren't dating then.
We were talking.
Yeah, but we weren't dating. Like, we weren't official.
Okay.
And so.
But I was still.
Well, you're still looking
with you. I'm gonna stick with you forever. We were still. That was the prelude to it. But that was the initial thing. Cause like once I got to Greensboro, like shortly after that we started dating.
Okay. 6 months or so, but.
No, because I got to Greensboro in August. We started dating in December.
Oh
4 months.
yeah. Okay. So 4 months.
Exactly.
Okay. So it was me being in school. Even though I just said that being in school is no indicator that somebody.
No guarantee.
It's no guarantee that somebody is gonna go far.
For me, that was the thing. And then.
Yeah, that was the initial thing.
Yeah. And then once we started dating, you just always had a plan. Like you graduated and like you had a plan to apply to jobs, or you had already applied to jobs. And then that's when we had our long distance relationship when you moved to DC.
Yeah.
But you went to DC, you were never comfortable. Because I feel like before we started dating, you were living in New Bern and working somewhere else. And then you were like, I'm going to grad school. And so you never got comfortable just staying in New Bern. Yeah. So then you went to grad school and you stayed at A&T, but you never got comfortable staying there. So you applied to DC. You were never afraid to like launch yourself out, because you could have just been like, okay, after grad school, I'm gonna go back to New Bern, or I'm gonna just stay in Greensboro and be comfortable here. And even though we had just started dating, I don't think there was any hesitation with you applying to a job or anything like that in another city. And then even when you were in DC, you were working at NYU, but then you got a second job working for somewhere else, and
I gotta make that money.
You didn't get comfortable. So I was like, wow, that's dope.
Yeah. What about? I want to fast forward to like when we had Harper, and you had just started a new job, and then shortly after I lost my job.
It was a little shaky.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous.
Yeah. So what was going through your mind during? Because that was a rough patch for a second. Like I said, Nakia had just started a new job, so she couldn't get maternity leave.
Paid maternity leave.
Yeah.
I could have taken it as long as I wanted.
Yeah, it just wasn't gonna be paid.
Yeah.
And then I lost my job again. If y'all seen the previous episode, Nakia was the breadwinner, so we needed those coins. And so, like I said, I lost my job, and. Yeah, what was going through your mind at that point? Like, dang, I done got with this broke joker, can't keep a job.
No, that was out of your control. And my initial reaction was like, okay, I gotta go back to work. So I went back to work. But then after going back to work, it was hard, like paying for everything. So granted, I made more money, but like having to pay for our shared bills plus my personal ones, I wasn't financially ready for that. Like, I was paying for a 3-bedroom apartment when I could have been paying for a 1-bedroom if I wasn't with him. So I was thinking like, oh, this is bad. And I remember texting my best friend at the time like, girl, this is hard, I don't know what to do. And da-da-da-da. And she's like, well, you gotta tell EJ that you need help and da-da-da-da-da. And just have an honest conversation. So I did tell EJ, like, EJ, this is hard. You gotta do something. Because I think EJ was applying to, like, real jobs and not just...
No shade, no tea.
Yeah. Not just like, I'm gonna go work at McDonald's or I'm gonna do this. But it had got to a point where I'm like, EJ, you need to go work at McDonald's. I didn't say that, but I was told, like, it was hard.
Yeah. And realistically, we talking like just a month, y'all. So she was out for a month, and then I lost my job like the last... So she was like week 3, I lost my job. And then...
I went back to work November 14th. It was a month after Harper was born.
Yeah, and then for me, I probably was without a job for maybe 2 weeks. But again, like what she just said, so rent was gonna be due on December 1st, and I ain't had no money coming in. So she had to pay for that. And at the time, I had a car payment. I had like cell phone bill because we weren't sharing bills like that yet. And so I had all of my personal bills. And that's all I could take care of. I need my cell phone on because I'm looking for jobs. I need my car because I need to get to a job. And so, yeah, I wasn't able to help the house at that time. And so...
and luckily we were breastfeeding and cloth diapering. So we didn't have to pay for formula or diapers. That saved us.
Yeah, for real. So, what, like, if you go back to your childhood memories, did you think you would marry rich? Or was that a desire of yours to, like, be with somebody that was a little bit more financially stable? No. Or were you always okay with just, like, getting in where you get in and building together?
I think in my mind, I was just going to marry somebody, like, that was my equal. Like, they had the same mindset as me and just live a regular, average American life.
Ain't nothing average about my life. I get what she's saying.
Like, you know,
these are childhood dreams.
In my naive mind, I didn't know how much teachers made growing up, so I always wanted to be.
Go, because you make too much noise.
You look silly.
Go back to the living room.
Go back in the living room, baby. We're almost done. Okay?
Okay.
And then you can be free to roam around. Now for you to move out the country.
No. Go on back to the living room.
Your plate is right here.
She's trying to eat up all the toast.
Oh.
No.
But in my mind, I never really thought like that far in the future and like what my partner would be like. People always tell me like I should be an actor and I should be famous and stuff like that. So I was like, cool, maybe I'll be famous one day or be a model and travel the world and stuff like that. But money never came into mind about it. I just thought I would marry a good guy like my dad that would take care of me and have kids and be able to stay home with my kids if I wanted to. But finances weren't in my mind in that aspect.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So, can you talk about some of the importance of like building together, just from your perspective of getting with somebody? Because you said you thought you would get with somebody that was kind of like on your level, and somebody that was like your dad, nice, kind-hearted guy, provider, take care of you. But you also, even though you didn't say this, it seems like you was also willing to get with somebody that was trying to build.
At the time, I didn't know you were trying to build.
What do you mean?
And I know, with me, in my mind, when the term trying to build, I feel like it seems like the person is like below you. No, I'm saying in my mind, like, that's what it seems like. You're trying to build them up, but you're talking about trying to build together.
Yeah, like
I think what I saw, like in you, like everything that you were doing or planned to do was like always motivation for me. And like you always just had a plan and you just lay it out so well. I don't know if you really have a plan or if it's groupthink. And he has me hypnotized, so I need to break out the matrix. But I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. So yeah, so like even when you were working at Sky Zone, you were talking about the business and the people over it and the plans that they had and like your plans within their plans and what you want to do and stuff like that. You were never just comfortable right where you are, like in your job. And then even when you were working at the bank, you were never just comfortable in that position. Like you're just not comfortable. You're always like, okay, what's next?
Yeah. Do you think that's a gift and a curse though?
It can be. I feel like sometimes I have to pull you in, but you listen. But I think what makes me willing to build with somebody, be it you or a friend, is to have a plan. Like I'm the type of person tell me your plan, and then I can help you execute it. Like even when I was teaching at a previous school, I had a teammate, she would tell me like, this is my plan. And then I would be like, I would come back and take what she had and just like, here. She's like, oh my God, this is what I was thinking. I wasn't even thinking about that. And da-da-da-da. So tell me your plan, lay it out, give me instructions, make it clear, concise, and I'm gonna run with you.
Yeah. Do you think that, both of us, do you think that we'll appreciate it more because we're building it? And when I say build, like neither one of us came from a bunch of money. Like you grew up rich and poor. I grew up like middle class.
I grew up middle class.
Nah, you grew up like high middle class and in poverty at the same time. So yeah, they had some rich experiences and like some top
My
ramen
parents made
experiences.
sacrifices.
Yeah. Anywho, don't break my story. Do you think that we'll appreciate it more? Like, which I think we are, but this is for the people. Like, buying our first house together, when we buy our first investment property together, when we start sending our kids to private school, and we start going on vacations once a month, and then we eventually stop working and we retire at 45. All of the plans that we have, do you think we will appreciate it more because we built it together, or if you just married into it? And I mean, we still have all those same goals, but you came in and I already had the money. I just had to wait till I turned 45 to get my trust fund.
I think that's an obvious question. Like, duh, you appreciate stuff more like.
Not everybody.
Well, I would appreciate stuff more when I work for it. Like, the fact that I have a college degree, I brag about it all the time. I tell my students at school, I got my BS and my MA. Like, I feel good about it. I work hard for it. So even like with this house, like, sometimes I get into the headspace of like comparisons, the thief of joy. Cause I be like, other people I know have new houses and they just get to move in, but like we really make this house what we wanted to make it and did a lot of stuff ourselves. Is it perfect? No, but it's ours. Like when you create something that's your own and you put work into it, money, time, sweat, like this whole room was wood, y'all.
Yeah.
Wood paneling, dark, dingy old fan, ugly fireplace, bugs, just nasty. But like we made it what it is. We've installed these cabinets and painted this, and EJ put numbers on the outside, and we have a flower bed in the garden. Like this is ours. Like every day I come home from work and I be like, dang, this is my house. Yeah. And I did the same thing like when I bought my first car. Like I was thinking like,
she loved that car.
I was thinking like, dang, this is my car. I was always scared like somebody was gonna come take it away from me, even though I was paying my bills on time every month. I paid my car note. But I was just like, is this really real? Like I have to pinch myself like this is mine. Like I'm working for this.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I think that's really good. So the importance of building together based on your experiences, that you'll appreciate it more. Like even like building a marriage, because we weren't perfect and we still not, but we weren't perfect when we came into the whatever.
We are perfect.
When we came into this, we were, hey, as Bishop would say, I'm waving my hand. I ain't always been saved. But I definitely have grown into a man that knows how to love Nakia the way. And again, I'm still working. I'm a work in progress.
Yeah, sometimes just give me what I asked for, like my $50 DoorDash card.
Yeah, whatever. It was against my better judgment. I had to talk to my financial advisor about that one. But that's also building. Like we are building this marriage, not based on anybody else's marriage, but based on what works for us. And we appreciate it more. So I might be boring, Nakia. She keep yawning.
No.
Okay.
I kept it inside and go.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
I swallowed it.
Yeah.
I felt it coming. I just.
Yeah, I'm boring her.
No.
But yeah, so I think building together, like I said, is important, and you get to appreciate it more. So.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What makes you think that I'm the right person to build with?
I still don't know. I'm waiting when I get to heaven and God say, "Yeah, bro, you got the right one." It was looking a little shady at first. I didn't know if I was going to come down and slap you myself, but nah. I think the right one to build with. I gotta make sure I understand the question. I think for me,
because you asked me to marry you.
Yeah. Now let me talk. When we first started dating or talking, it was, I've never said this publicly, but it was still off like Nakia played me when I was 18 years old. I still need to see what she about. But it was different because we were like 25 when we started dating it or talking again. So I just always found you attractive, but I didn't know much about you at 25. I'm not, other than like your parents and stuff like that.
And I'm related to everybody in New Bern.
Yeah, but there was a big like chunk of time where, because we didn't talk like that, other than like
7
birthdays or so, I didn't know who you were as an adult.
Yeah, from 18 or 19 to 25 is like 6 years.
So for me, I was still curious. Or like, okay, well, let me see what this is about. You know, we always kept in contact through like birthdays and things like that, but I still just want, the curiosity was there. And then when I found out, like, dang, she's still in school. Like, what's she doing? Like, she playing around. I don't know about this girl, but when you graduated and then moved to Greensboro, and you were, what happened? You got a job, then you got a car, then you got an apartment. Like, you had all of that stuff. I was like, okay, all right. You know, her bachelor's process took a little bit longer than most, but she still is motivated and she's still trying to like better herself. And so even at that point, even though I was finishing up graduate school, you were starting, but I felt like you had your first real adult job way before I did. So you had reached a level that I hadn't even reached yet. And so even though you were looking at me for motivation, like I saw that as motivation. Like you had your own apartment. I've never lived by myself, y'all. I've said it on this podcast before. I've never lived anywhere where I had to pay bills by myself. I was either in college, worked on a college campus, lived with my parents, or lived with Nakia. So yeah. So like don't
So he mooching off of me.
Yeah.
That's why he doing so good.
Exactly. Hey, fellas.
That's the life hack right there.
That's the life hack right there.
Stay in college till you find a woman to move in.
Yeah, that's the life hack. But yeah, so that's what it was. You had obtained some things that I hadn't obtained. And I was okay, cool. She still got some drive and some determination. Now, would I have done everything the way that you did it? No, but I ain't your daddy, you know. So I can't say, oh, kid, that was stupid. Like, why would you do that? But you know, there were some things that you did, and then from there. Let's see, you graduated, and yeah, I graduated rather, and I said this on the podcast too, the way that you were willing to help me in my time of need, if you will, because when I was in grad school, that last semester I was living raw, man. You know, I had
a little hotel apartment.
Yeah, in Greensboro, there were these apartments that were in an old hotel.
The District.
Yeah, that's what it's called, huh? You remember. So it was the District. It's right off of Market Street. But like, imagine a hotel, but it's from like the 70s maybe or something like that. It was
a hotel dorm room collab.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
They had the extra long twin in there.
Yeah. And there was no kitchen, no kitchenette, nothing. So I didn't have anywhere to cook food or any of that, and so Nakia would like cook for me, and you know we would go out to eat sometimes and stuff like that. But yeah, she was just holding me down, and I know again y'all probably gonna eat me up in the comments. Why a woman always gotta hold a dude down? But
we weren't even dating.
Yeah,
we were just talking. That was on some friend stuff.
Yeah, but we always say we started off as friends first, so you know.
I'd be like, hey EJ, come grocery shopping with me.
So, hey, and it worked out, you know, for y'all hating in the comments, talking about why dudes to hold them down so you can get married. That's why.
Alright, he held me down in return.
Exactly. So, you know, it ain't about equal giving.
It's about equal sacrifice.
So, yeah, and y'all probably think, dang, bruh, they under a cult.
It's called groupthink.
Yeah. So, that's what it was for me. And then from there, we just been grinding out together. I was down.
I've heard that before. So thank you. It's nice to hear.
Yeah, I was down. You helped me. You was down. I helped you. And we still building. We still grinding. And, you know, only God knows what's next for us. But y'all stay tuned because we're going to bring y'all along for the journey. The other thing that I wanted to say too, earlier Nakia talked about the house renovations. If I remember, I will put the link to her YouTube channel where y'all can like follow that process too. And you can see what this room used to look like.
Check the description box.
Yeah, if I remember, because I don't go back and watch these before I post them. So if I don't, just somebody comment and say, "Hey, I was looking for that link and it wasn't there." So yeah,
the whole playlist.
But yeah, that's it. Hopefully y'all learned something.
This was fun. Nice interview style.
Yeah, hey, I'm just obedient. I've been saying this all weekend. The blessing is in obedience, and so, this came to me, and I thought it would be, because everybody don't watch ET, so he got a sphere of influence, and we also have a sphere of influence, and so I wanted to give y'all that. So hopefully y'all learned something. All right.
Thank you for watching and listening. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Drop a comment down below. Would you build with somebody? Have you found somebody to build with? What caused you to want to build with them? What do you see in them? What do they see in you? Have a conversation with us down below.
Yeah, sure. Until next time.